Well, in this video, I'm going to get into comparing the new Blackmagic Micro Studio 4K with the Lumix S5. Sorry, I had to turn off some audio here. And if this stream is not working and the video is not, or the audio is not coming through, just let me know. So in any case, what I've done is I've attempted to level up my live stream studio by purchasing two of the Blackmagic Micro G2 4K and replacing my Lumix S5s. And I want to just show you a side-by-side comparison. I want to show you a side-by-side comparison of the live stream as it is being done right now. And so I'm going to get into that here in just a moment. So right now I'm going to show you a shot of the two cameras side by side, and then we're going to take a look at the image itself. And I was adjusting something and I screwed up my shot here. I apologize. So anyways, this is the two cameras side by side, and as you can see, the Micro 4K is miles smaller, much smaller than the Lumix S5 as it sits side by side. Now the lens on the Micro 4K is an Olympus lens, and this here is my close-up lens. This here is a 40 to 150 millimeter on the Micro Four Thirds, and the other camera is going to be a wide angle 12 by 40, I believe. And so what I do is I set, as you can see in the title slide of this beginning, I set two cameras side by side, and I do a close-up shot and I do a wide angle shot from the front. And I have those hanging on a VESA mount shelf underneath of my main control monitor, as you can see. So what I'm first going to do is show you right now the difference between the two full screen, and then I'm going to show you the super source. So here is the Blackmagic Micro, Blackmagic Micro 4K G2 studio camera that just came out. So this here is what this camera looks like, and so then the full screen of the Lumix S5, and hopefully the same shot looks like this. So if you take a look at my shirt and the patterns on my shirt, you can see the coloring and the clarity, particularly right in here. I have my camera set to a very wide open aperture so that it blurs out the background. Let's go back to the Blackmagic 4K Micro. And you can see that the colors are a little bit richer. Now, what I've had to do with the Lumix S5 is adjust my ISO a little bit to try to match the two as much as I can. And so this is what it's going to look like on the super source. As you can see, the Micro 4K, the Micro G2 4K Blackmagic Studio camera has just a little bit of richer color in its image rather than on the right side, the Lumix S5. Now, how it's coming out online, I don't know. But in the studio, the Lumix S5 looks like it's just a little tiny bit washed out in the highlights and in the skin tone. The reason why I'm doing this is because when I first bought the cameras, I set them up and I did a live stream, and it just seemed like the Blackmagic Micro 4K G2 had a sheen across the image that just so much reminded me of a webcam. I mean, like a cheap webcam, not even a good webcam. But I noticed that when I took it offline and I finished that particular live stream up, that the shutter, even though I went into the menu and I believe I selected 60 frames per second, when I stopped that particular video, it looked like it was on 50 frames per second. And so transposing the image at that rate could have caused an issue through the ATEM, because what you're doing is you're sending various different frame rates and formats into the ATEM, and it is converting everything over into 1080 60 frames. That's what I have it set for, is 1080 60 frames at the highest thing that it can go on. So I went back and I changed the Blackmagic camera to 60 frames per second, and so I just hope that this is fixing that particular issue that I was having, because what I want to do is I want to set the two cameras side by side, the two Blackmagic studio cameras side by side, and so the left image would be a close-up image, a little bit tighter than what you're seeing now, and the right image would be a little bit wider, slightly wider than what you're seeing now. And that way I don't have to do major punch-ins through editing. I can just switch cameras while I'm doing my live stream. And so that's what the two images look like right now. Now, the other thing is I've been having issues with my Rodecaster Pro 2. And so my audio is being a little less sensitive. I'm not sure what the deal is. In any case, this is the Super Source side by side. On the left is the Blackmagic Micro 4K G2 studio camera. On the right side is the original Lumix S5. And so once I get this ironed out, the two Blackmagics are going to live right here. I'll come into the studio, flip switches, everything comes on, and I'm off to the races. Now there's one other note, and that is that I had my lights down to 59%. I'm going to lower the lights right now. I've down to 59%. Now what I have is I have a key light on the right and a fill light on the left, but one's higher than the other. The left one's higher than the other. This one's lower to come into the eyes. But these are Godox flat panels. And so I'm going to lower these back to where they were, just so you can see the difference in the light, and just see if that makes a difference in the studio camera now. So now I'm back at 59% like I was on that one live stream. And now I'm going to bring the lighting back up to 75%, just give it a little more kick. Oh, there's 100%. So there's 100% with the Godox lights, the primary and the fill. Back down to 75%, where it was when I began this video. Oh, it just jumped on me. I don't know why it did that. And this is 75% primary and fill. And this one is back just a little bit. It probably should have a little more separation than that. It's a little too flat for my liking. But so right here is 75% from the Godox flat panel lights, and this is the comparison of the image. So now what I'm going to go do is come back to the Blackmagic camera. I'm going to go into the menu for just a moment and show you the menu. So if you remember, this is on the Olympus lens, and let me go to that particular thing. So this is on the Olympus lens. This is with the menu showing, and I'm going to go through that a little bit. Let me just do some focus here just to give you something. If it'll even do it. It's so close. It's not going to get that close. Whoop. And let's see if I can go back here. I'll focus on this right here. There we go. Now, what I want to show you is, real quick, as you can very well tell, you can come into certain settings that are in the headline right here, outside of the frame, and hit this, and you can go through settings across the top and adjust them with your arrow keys. Let me show you that on this camera here. So what you do is you go to go into the menu settings that are on the top of the screen right now. What you do is you just hit the settings button right here, and then you adjust those with these arrows here. So I'm going to do that real quick, and I'm just going to adjust them and then hit it. So right now it's at gain. It shows 4 dB gain. I'm going to hit set. I'll show you that. Oh, wrong one. I'm going to hit set right here. And now I can adjust the gain by the up arrow and the down arrow. And I'm going 6. And I actually don't want to do that, so I'm just going to hit the menu button and go back, and it kept it the same. So that's how you adjust the menu on the top of the camera. And then if you want to go into the actual menu itself, you simply hit this button here, the menu button right here, and then I'll do that. And I'll hit the menu button. Come on, there you go. And so in the lower left-hand corner, you see that you have the menu button. And then with the blue area at the top is where you're going to affect. So I'm just going to hit set and then go into the arrow keys. And then as I go through each one, I hit set again. And if you want to get out, you just hit the menu button and you're back out. Oh, now the one thing is that now I'm going to take off all of the things that you see on the screen. I apologize that I don't have something better for you to look at. But we need to go through this whole thing and go to HDMI, and to take the menu off of the live feed, you hit the monitor, hit set, clean feed off, clean feed on, and then hit the menu button again, and you're out of it. And now you don't have any menu showing or any safe markers or any zebra patterns or any other things on your live feed, but you see the entire view as you see it from this camera right here. Now there's another thing that if you notice on my photograph, that I'm hanging these cameras from the bottom of my control monitor. And that is because with both the Blackmagic, there you go, this is the top. With the Blackmagic Micro Studio camera, it has the 1/4-20 on the top as well as 3 on the bottom. And with my Lumix S5, I've got the cage on it, and it's got 1/4-20s on the top of the cage and also on the bottom for tripod mounts. And so that's how I hang my cameras, on the bottom of the monitor rather than on tripods. And then those cameras are also, I'll show you, these cameras are hanging under the control monitor but over the multi-view monitor. And I'm going to show you that right now. Like this. So the cameras are hanging under the control monitor, but no tripods above my multi-view monitor. And you can see that in the title as well. So tell me what you think in the comments. Is there a, on this particular, this here's the micro, the Blackmagic micro camera. Is this looking good, or does it look like a webcam? And do you like this better, or do you like the Lumix S5 better right here? This is the Lumix S5. This is what I've been using, and it worked. The Lumix S5 have good images. It's just that when I go out on the road and I take photographs and video on the road, then I've got to disassemble everything. And so what I'm looking to do is just see what the difference is in the two images in comparison and side by side. So that's it for this video. I'm going to continue working with this and trying to bring my new Blackmagic Micro 4K G2 studio cameras up to speed, and then I'll be able to simply use my Lumix S5s in the field for video and photography, and keep my Blackmagics in the studio. And the other thing that I will do is just see how this rolls along. So I'm just kind of winging it. I just wanted to see the comparison here. So with that, I will see you in the next video, and just let me know in the comments below what you think of the two different images. Thank you.